Welcome back to Primetime Local News, and Greg Buchanan in studio because we only have 1 week left of CPCA racing before the CPCA finals are in town at the Lloyd X here in Lloydminster. A lot riding for many drivers on this particular stop in Turtleford.
Yeah, 3 days of racing, or 3 days of points more than anything, and then you have 4 days of points into the 5 days at the CPCA finals here in Lloydminster. So you have 7-point nights left. So a lot has to happen for some drivers to move up. At the same time, if you're in the top four, you're racing for a Canadian championship on that final day. So you want to stay in that top four. You want to be fast, but more than anything, you want to be clean. You want to make sure you don't have any penalties. You want to make sure when you leave the infield, all those barrels are up, because a 5-second right now, it would be devastating for anybody that's looking to stay in that top four, anybody looking to move in that top four.
Especially after this last weekend in Frog Lake. We were talking off camera about BJ Carey, who won the show, but with his non-point wagon, and he's now in a tough spot because of his penalties he's taken otherwise.
Yeah, you know what? He had a couple of bobbles, I guess, as they say in the sport, with his point wagon. That kind of, he was knocking on that door for the top four. Now he has a bit of an uphill climb. If you look who's in that top four right now, Todd Baptiste is on top, Ray Mitzwing's in second, Chris Molly's in third, and Dale Mitzwing's in fourth. And Todd and Ray began a pretty good battle for top spot right now. Todd's up by just 40 plus points on Ray. So right now that 65-year-old, only a number, has a shot at another Canadian championship. And guys on the outside right now, that top four includes BJ Carey, includes Chance Bensmiller, includes a really surging Jamie Labicking. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And Brad McMahon, who was second in the driver standings, unfortunately did not have that Sunday he wanted in Frog Lake, and he dropped out of that top four, and he's now trying to climb back into that top four.
And that could make for a really exciting finish. I mean, last year it came down to the last day. You had almost seven guys who had a shot at it going into the weekend. And this year you could have as many as 9 guys with an outside shot of making it, depending on how they do here in Turtleford. Yeah,
depending. I think these 3 days in Turtleford is going to set up the CPCA finals. If you have a great 3 days in Turtleford, it's a shorter track, so won and lost a lot in the barrels there. If you don't have a good barrel turn, if you don't come out of the infield with the lead, there is not a lot of real estate to make up ground from that third and fourth turn. So it is a very fast barreling track in Turtleford. So it's kind of a different outfit than you'll need in Lloyd, which is a longer track and a bigger infield.
And of course, some of the younger drivers have typically had good runs at the CPCA finals, not necessarily great runs in Turtleford. So a guy like Danny Ringette, for example, is going to have to barrel much better than normal.
Yeah, I think more than anything, Danny's going to have to barrel a lot better. DJ King is another guy that's kind of the outside right now that's had a terrific season. And you look for DJ King to have a great Turtleford. The guy that really usually has a very good Turtleford is Chris Molly. Chris Molly has the outfit that he needs to barrel very well. A guy that also barrels very well and gets onto that track in a hurry is Todd Baptiste. So look for Chris, look for Todd, and that guy that's going to be wrapping up his career next week in Lloyd, Ray Mitzwing, look for him for a big Turtleford as well.
How cool would it be to see father and son against each other on Sunday at Lloydminster?
I think that's a great story, and I think, you know, who won't be cheering at the Lloyd finals if Ray Mitzwing, in his final trip on the track after 30 plus years of racing, has a shot to win a Canadian championship and championship number 8. So it would be a great story to see the Chief maybe go out as a champ yet again.
And again, before we get to that shot at a championship for Ray Mitzwing, there are still several drivers who will have something to say about their final 4 spots. That'll all be decided in Turtleford this weekend before we head back for the CPCA finals.